Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I have some sad news. Nancy Wilson, she died. She was 81. I'm reading this article from CNN. So here goes. Nancy Wilson, a three-time Grammy-winning artist who called herself a song stylist, has died, her manager said. She was 81. Wilson passed away peacefully Thursday at her home after a long illness, her manager Deborah Hall Levy said. The vocalist from Ohio initially focused on R&B music, but later excelled at jazz, ballads, and torch songs. She made her debut with her 1961 single, Guess Who I Saw Today? And that was one of my favorites. Wilson's biggest hit came in 1964 with You Don't Know How Glad I Am, which rose through the charts to the number 11 spot on Billboard Hot 100 singles and earned her a Grammy Award for Best R&B Recording. She would win 2 more Grammy Awards in 2005 and 2007. In the 1990s, Wilson became the host of National Public Radio's Jazz Profiles, a documentary series featuring jazz legends and the music legacy. After a musical and acting career spanning more than 6 decades, she retired from live performances in 2011. She wanted to spend all her time with her family, especially her grandchildren, according to her website. Singer and songwriter John Legend reacts to Wilson's passing on Twitter. He says, "So sad to hear about the passing of the great Nancy Wilson. She was a magical performer. I'm so glad I was able to spend time with her and hear her beautiful voice in person," he wrote. Wilson is survived by her 3 children and 5 grandchildren. As per Wilson's wishes, there will be no funeral. Instead, her family will hold a celebration of her life, most likely in February, the month of her birth. That's all the article says, but her background, her musical history, her talents goes over a span of 60 years. So there's so much more to say about Nancy Wilson. As for me, that really saddens me, but I am glad about one thing. I was blessed enough to see her many times in her concerts from Long Beach, her concerts there, Cerritos Performing Arts. I think I saw her a couple of times there. I mean, just all over. Anytime she was in a span of 50 miles, unless it's Vegas and you can spend the weekend there, I tried my best to see her. I don't think I saw her in Vegas though, but I did get to see her at other places and I enjoyed every time. Now, one thing you had to know about Nancy Wilson, and I can tell you about this personally, when you went to one of her concerts, especially Cerritos Performing Arts in Cerritos, California, you will not be walking around. You will not come to her concert late and just walk in while she's on her song. No, Miss Wilson will finish her song and then the ushers will let you in and you'll be seated. But when the concert starts, everyone is seated. You will not come while she's singing and trying to find your seat and walking and being a distraction. That's one thing about Miss Wilson. She was classy. She was a lady and you will not do that. And she always dressed in her evening gowns, in her beautiful gowns. Her and Natalie Cole always wore beautiful, beautiful evening gowns. And Nancy Wilson, I loved the way her gowns just, a lot of them had like a little train behind it. Just beautiful, sequins and just, shiny stuff. But I gonna miss her. And when I found out that she, retired in 2011, that sad me also, because I just enjoyed her so much her live performances. I'm happy that she got time to spend with her children and her grandchildren, but the music world just lost a great performer. And I could tell you that she was one of my favorites, one of my favorite live performers. I have her Christmas albums, but I'll tell you this, in karaoke, I always did her version of I Can't Make You Love Me If You Don't. They don't have it in karaoke, but I would stray away from what the karaoke version was and switch over to Nancy Wilson, and people would look at me like I never, people that did not know her style of it, had not heard her style, which I don't know where they've been. But anyway, they would look at me and they liked her version and my imitation of her version. So, I know that's one of my, videos, my earlier videos. I did it, and I think I did it. And if I didn't, I'm going to go to karaoke and do it just to bring it on. Now, I'm no Nancy Wilson by far, but I want to, pay my homage to her and, my condolences to her family. So again, Nancy Wilson passed away at the age of 81. And I am going to miss her, and I know she retired, but I always in the back of my mind would think, okay, maybe she's going to do one final tour, or maybe she'll come back one more time at Cerritos. And I mentioned Cerritos because I love their sound machine, the sound system there. I love the acoustics. It was really a great place to see a concert and hear a concert. So that's what I got today. Just the sad news. And like I said, condolences to her family and friends and family, and I'm surely gonna miss her. And I will talk to you next time, and everyone have a good evening. Oh, before you go online, and they have it on YouTube. And just those of you that haven't heard a lot of Nancy Wilson, like I said, I don't know where you've been, but anyway, just play I Can't Make You Love Me If You Don't. I know Boyz II Men, they did it, and Bonnie Raitt, I think she wrote it. But anyway, I love Nancy Wilson's version. Okay, I said I was going to go, but I could talk about Nancy Wilson forever. So everyone have a good evening, and thank you for joining me. Good night.